this is a dangerous group that we're dealing with.
Now then, talking about Nonito, he's fighting Vic Darchinayn for a second time. You know, the guy that pretty much escalated Nonito Donaire to superstar status. Why take this fight with Darchinayn for a second time?
Well, it's a fight that Darchinayn's always been asking for. It's a fight that makes sense for a comeback fight after he lost to Rigondeaux. But you know, when it comes to selecting fights, selecting opponents, selecting places, I have no call in that. You know, Nonito has Cameron Duncan. That's why he pays Cameron Duncan. That's Cameron Duncan's job. Mikey, same thing. Brandon, same thing. Marcos Maidana's got Contursi. Margarito had Sergio Diaz. And, you know, I don't select their opponents. I don't select their fights. I prepare my fighters for whoever their managers, their promoter decide they're going to fight. That's what I do. That's my job.
Now, how do you see this second fight going?
I think it's going to be a dangerous fight. I think this fight's Nonito's got to be in great shape because he's got everything to lose. Everything to lose.
And you know Vic Darchinayn is going to come at you with everything.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Vic lost to Nonito. Basically, Nonito put him, made him, exactly. Nobody, after that, nobody thought anything about Darchinayn until now, 7 years later. So that's still in Darchinayn's heart. He still wants revenge. He hates Nonito. He hates Nonito. And Nonito's got to be very well prepared because he could look sensational within 4 or 5 rounds. He could knock him out within those 4 rounds. And if he does, awesome. But if he's not in good shape and he gets tired, Darchinayn's going to keep coming. And that's why I think the fight's going to be a lot harder than the first time Nonito fought him.
Now, I have another guy I just thought about right now that with Mike Garcia and Nonito Donaire, Abner Mares. This is a guy that was kind of calling you guys out a little bit a while back, right before he got knocked out by Johnny Gonzalez. What did you think about him calling you guys out?
Look, Abner's a great kid, great fighter, great champion. I like him. You know, he's been, I could say, a friend of mine because I've known since he was an amateur and I've always followed his career. It's part of the sport, man. Come on, you know, there's that's what boxing is all about, you know. All these guys calling out Mayweather, calling out Pacquiao, they want those fights. They want those big fights. With Abner at featherweight, those are the big fights that he needs to make a big payday and also has a chance. You know, he's a great fighter. So I don't blame him for doing that. He's he's a champion and he wants those big fights. You know, a little bit of going back and forth with Nonito, and then even with Mikey, you know. But it's just part of the business. Those are fights that are hard to be made because of the promoters' controversy. That, you know, plus not only the promoters but the TV networks also.
You got like everything going at it now.
It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard unless Abner makes a move or unless we made a move. You know what I mean? That's the only way those fights could happen. I would love to see those fights happen. Abner's a great fighter. There would be great fights, either Nonito or Mikey. They would be great fights, because Abner's a great champion.
What do you think about his knockout loss? Stun you a little bit?
Yeah, of course, it surprised everybody, but it's part of boxing, man. It's part of boxing. I think he came in too confident, a little bit maybe cold. Maybe him, his whole team thought, like everybody else thought, it should be a pretty simple fight. He should win and walk in the park. But hey, you know, anybody, it could be Johnny Gonzalez, it could be the worst opponent. If he lands a punch and you're not prepared for it, you're going out. And that's what happened. I think Abner beats him in a rematch.
Do you ever see that fight happening? Maybe Nonito Donaire with Abner Mares?
Only if either one of them make a move. You know, I know that Abner's happy with Golden Boy, and Abner, you know, is very loyal, but so is Nonito. You know, so when it comes to somebody calling out the other person, then I think it's that person that started that calling out and started all that challenging. I think then he's the one that's supposed to make a move, right? That's the way I see it. I don't know if I'm wrong, but if Mikey starts calling out somebody from a different promotion, I want to fight that guy, and that's the guy I want to fight, and I'll fight him. Okay, then Mikey, well then obviously we're the ones that are calling him, so we got to make that move. That's the way I see it. You know, if Donaire is here, you know, Donaire is here and Mikey's here, this guy's calling them out. Well, here we are. You know, come to us if that's the way. If that's what you want. You know, that's just. But it's just too bad. That's, you know, right now boxing is going through that with all these promotional things and TV networks. Where before there were so many fights that we all seen, that we all enjoyed, we all wanted to see, and we seen them. Right now it's all this era of boxing. Two different sides. Their careers are gonna go at a certain level, and their careers are gonna end, and we're gonna miss out on so many big fights. Because I don't see this thing getting even close to being fixed anytime soon. So we might see so many fighters on this side and so many fighters on that side that are still doing good and still fighting big fights and still making a lot of money, but we're never gonna see certain fights that we would have loved to see.
And this is a fun thing. I think a lot of fight fans would want to see. And if you could put it in a capsule, how would you break that fight down, Donaire and Mars?
Look, Donaire's very skillful, very talented. I think if I want to judge on skills and speed and all that, I give Nonito a pretty easy fight against Maris. But Maris has got a tremendous heart. He hits hard. He's got experience. He'll make a fight dirty if he has to, and I tell my fighters that we have to make it dirty. You make it dirty to win the fight. He does whatever it takes to win a fight. So those are his chances too. You know, it would be a great fight. But you know, if we just talk about skills, I think Nonito's just way more skilled than Abner.
Thank you very much, Robert.